I am Sarah, joined with Kuthumi, Sarah of sovereign mind and biological autonomy. So what I want to talk about is staying on planet Earth. Namaste on Earth. So after realization, there's quite a period of radiance, freedom, of fluidity, of accomplishment, a sense of accomplishment. Yep, Kuthumi's adding that, a sense of accomplishment. There's a sense that I worked so hard to get here and I'm going to enjoy it. And there's almost a euphoria, a pocket of euphoria that envelops you. And it can last for 2 minutes or 2 years, unique to you and your inimitable experience. But as you stay here on Earth, after the euphoria wears off, and it will wear off, it's not that you think, oh, there's another problem to solve or another step to take. There's a sense of there's something more. I allowed my realization, and now I'm going to embody it. So many teachers out there talk about embodying the realization, bringing it into this day-to-day life, bringing it into time and space. Yet as I was feeling my way through the darkness, eyes closed and heart open, the way I began to experience it was inhabiting my consciousness. A sense of the humanity going out to meet and touch the divine in realization, reversed in some ways to the divinity going back and reaching out for the human. Instead of the human being just this designated ascendee lifetime human, it became all of humanity. What I'm trying to say is, after realization and staying on Earth, namasteing on Earth, a reorientation occurs. The reorientation moves away from the designated ascendee lifetime, the lifetime or the energetic imprint in our language that experienced realization. The reorientation is not a movement. It's a motion of awareness, a motion without movement. It's not that I have another problem to solve or a spiritual goal to attain, like realization, but I can tell there's something more. This reorientation is a shift in awareness from the designated ascendee lifetime toward new life. And in this new life, you are allowing, it sounds so simple. It sounds so simple, and it is. But simple is not always easy. So we turn away, not in a disregard, in an honoring of the designated ascendee lifetime. We turn away from the designated ascendee lifetime towards new life, in which you allow life to flow through you without filter. So realization is the point in which consciousness shines into your energy, lighting up all the energy in the wall of fire and radiating out, not so much to the external world, but it's radiating out into all of the lifetimes you experienced, the paths you chose, and the paths you didn't change. In some ways, we can talk about these as lifetimes and unlifetimes. The lifetime in which you experience realization, this one, for sake of story, is the point in which consciousness begins to shine into your energy. It creates a doorway, an opening in which the consciousness begins to touch the energy. It creates that euphoria pocket of initial realization, and then it begins to move with a no force ferocity into each energetic imprint or lifetime.
I wanted to give the bigger picture of what realization in new life is about. Many of you have been starting to ease into your realization, not just in this life, but in the lifetimes leading up to it. This lifetime is a grand design, and there's a lot you can do to allow your realization, which is relaxing, right? Allowing, being. There's all these courses by really great people. There's books by really great people that help move it along. But this is part of a very large, grand design that was designed by you, the God also, and no one else. And my invitation here is to invite you to feel into the grand design of you, which spans beyond lifetimes. Now, the lifetimes leading up to realization feel kind of progressive or evolutionary. The realization lifetime, the designated ascendee, it kind of steps out of a progressive or evolutionary nature. Realization is actually returning to the form in which your true nature resides and has always resided. It's not an evolutionary or progressive type experience. It's more, it steps out of a timeline, out of an evolutionary process, beyond time and space, or it could even devolve. You're going backwards through the lifetimes, back to the point where you cross the wall of fire and you reach back and grab your true nature that was always yours to claim. So I opened that up to kind of get you to feel into the concept of this grand life design.
Again, an invitation to really be here with awareness, feeling with your sensory feelers that go beyond the mind, knowing that your mind is capable of comprehending the infinite, slowly backing away from the need to perceive. The light body experience is an inadmittably, that means cannot be copied, unique to you, sovereign designed experience. Your consciousness that has no birth and no death is intelligent design. Consciousness is your creativity. It is what humans would call God, that which cannot be perceived by the mind. Each and every lifetime, from the view of the absolute, from the view of consciousness, is simply an energetic imprint, coded energy designed by your consciousness for an expression, an experience. The soul, which is simply your singular energy, is where all the potentials, possibilities, probabilities, passageways for things chosen and not chosen exist. So your consciousness created an energetic code, an energetic imprint that is the designated ascendee. A lifetime, an energetic imprint, a potential possibility and probability for energy to discover that it's actually consciousness, or created by consciousness in this case. It allowed the designated ascendee, sovereignty, to be able to come to knowing itself, the return to self, or the self-realization. I realize I am that. I am God also. The designated ascendee was given so much freedom and sovereignty, it became to believe that it was the one, he or she was the one going through realization. The energy is perceiving itself as consciousness because it's been given the perception, the mental perception that it has sovereignty, that it can make decisions and choose. However, the designated ascendee lifetime or energetic imprint is simply coded energy. The energy begins to wake up in the divine blueprint. The designated ascendee may perceive what's going on as chaos because everything has been in such a nice, neat order. But the designated ascendee knows exactly what to do. It begins to wiggle its fingers and touch the edges of the consciousness. It begins to see with the eyes of the divine who it truly is. This coded energy contains a biological code that creates the physical expression on Earth. So when the designated ascendee's codes are activated, it will be able to see its own consciousness, the God that created it. And it will say, if I'm experiencing this and I'm this, then I'm not that. I'm actually consciousness. I'm not just energy. So each of you watching this has designed this designated ascendee lifetime as a consciousness. A consciousness that has always existed, has no birth or death, doesn't exist in time and space. And when the designated ascendee becomes aware that it is that consciousness and the transmigration of the subject I, the designated ascendee becomes the I am that I am, the energetic codes are activated in this lifetime. And then all the other energetic imprints of all the other lifetimes start to wake up and realize, wait a second, this wasn't written in stone. This is not how it went. And the designated ascendee's job truly is to just allow. And once it hands back over that sovereignty and biology integrates into the light body, then it becomes the Magus who gets to command energy only from the will of the God also.